climbed over the metal fence to the cemetery directly behind my house. It's 5 o'clock on Good Friday morning, April 20th. All other houses in the neighborhood are shadowed, and I'm waiting for my ex-wife. Today is my son Ralph's birthday. He would be 13 and starting manhood. We've met here these last 2 years, early, before the days started, to pay our respects to him. Before that, we would simply come over together as man and wife. A spectral fog is lifting off the cemetery grass, and high up in the low atmosphere I hear the wings of geese pinging. A police car has murmured in through the gate, stopped, cut its lights, and placed me under surveillance. I saw a match flare briefly inside the car, saw the policeman's face looking at a clipboard. At the far end of the new part, a small deer gazes at me where I wait. Now and then its yellow tapetums blink out of the dark toward the old part, where the trees are larger and where 3 signers of the Declaration of Independence are buried in sight of my son's grave. My next-door neighbors, the DeFays, are playing tennis, calling their scores in hushed, polite, early-morning voices. Sorry. Thanks. 40 love. Pock, pock, pock. Add to you, dear. Yes, thank you. Yours. Pock, pock. I hear their harsh, thrashing nose breaths, their feet scraping. They're into their 80s and no longer need sleep, and so are up at all hours. They've installed glowless barium sulfur lights that don't shine in my yard and keep me awake. And we've stayed good neighbors, if not close friends. I have nothing much in common with them now, and am invited to few of their or anyone else's cocktail parties. People in town are still friendly in a distant way, and I consider them fine people, conservative, decent. It is not, I've come to understand, easy to have a divorced man as your neighbor. Chaos lurks in him. The viable social contract called into question by the smoky aspect of sex. Most people feel they have to make a choice, and it's always easier to choose the wife, which is what my neighbors and friends have mostly done. And though we chitter-chatter across the driveways and hedges and over the tops of each other's cars and the parking lots of grocery stores, remarking on the condition of each other's soffits and down drains and the likelihood of early winter, sometimes make tentative plans to get together, I hardly ever see them, and I take it in my stride. Good Friday today is a special day for me, apart from the other specialness. When I woke in the dark this morning, my heart pounding like a tom-tom, it seemed to me as though a change were on its way, as if this dreaminess tinged with expectation, which I have felt for some time now, were lifting off of me into the cool, tenebrous dawn. Today I'm leaving town for Detroit to begin a profile of a famous ex-football player who lives in the city of Walled Lake, Michigan, and is confined to a wheelchair since a water skiing accident, but who has become an inspiration to his former teammates by demonstrating courage and determination, going back to college, finishing his degree in communications arts, marrying his black physiotherapist, and finally becoming honorary chaplain for his old team. Make a contribution will be my angle. It's the kind of story I enjoy and find easy to write. Anticipation rises higher, however, because I'm taking my new girlfriend, Vicky Arsenault, with me. She's recently moved up to New Jersey from Dallas, but I'm already pretty certain I'm in love with her. I haven't mentioned anything about it for fear of making her wary. 2 months ago, when I sliced up my thumb sharpening a lawnmower blade in my garage, it was Nurse Arsenault who stitched me up in the ER at Doctor's Hospital, and things have gone on from there. She did her training at Baylor in Waco, and came up here when her marriage gave out. Her family, in fact, lives down in Barnegat Pines, not far away, in a subdivision close to the ocean, and I am scheduled to be Exhibit A at Easter dinner. A vouchsafe to them that she has made a successful transition to the Northeast, found a safe and good-hearted man, and left bad times, including her daggerhead husband Everett, far behind.